Alright guys, we got another project to do on the Corvette. This one will be super quick, so there shouldn't be too much of a problem. But as you guys can see, I have the car all torn apart. We've got the blower hat, we've got the new radiator setup, the new clutches in the car, and all that. It's just real, real messy. So I'm going to show you something real quick. I'm going to put my hands inside the blower. I don't know if you guys can see that, but my hands are now shiny. You know what that is, guys? That's motor oil. You guys might be wondering, well, how is motor oil getting in the engine? Well, I do have a catch can on the car. However, if you guys look, you guys will see that I have the LS9 valve cover plugged in, and this fuel hose right here, this is actually a PCV hose that actually plugs into the Edelbrock intake. So small vaporized oil is able to travel through the valve cover into this tube and into the intake, and that's getting through the throttle body. I'm not sure if you guys can see on the throttle body here, but yeah, see right there, there's motor oil right on the back of the throttle body. So the stuff has been collecting, even though I've had a catch can on the car for probably 2 years now. So when I did this swap almost 2 years ago, I had a real bad problem with the car consuming oil. Like, it was sucking in oil from the driver's side valve cover and going right into the supercharger, and it was blowing raw oil out the back, out the mufflers. How I resolved that, I ended up ditching the Holley valve covers because they leaked. Not only did they suck oil, but they also leaked. And then to help resolve that issue even more, I got the Elite Engineering catch can. I'll have a link in the description above to the catch can video. Yeah, I'll have a link for that one because that's where we really went in depth details on how to resolve this. But since I've had the car apart, I just decided to check that. Yeah, I found oil, and I found that a couple weeks ago. So there's one way to fix this. And how can you fix this oil issue? You actually buy one of these Elite Engineering oil cap breathers. Basically what they're doing is there is a similar catch can material inside this breather that is inside the catch can. I believe it's just stainless steel. That material is inside this breather tube, and what you do is you actually will replace your oil cap right here. So we've got the LS9 valve cover, we've got the extension neck on it, and so what you do, you just replace your oil cap, take that out, you take the base. This actually has the same casting as the Mobile One oil cap. Put this in, press it down, twist it, and then you simply grab your Elite Engineering oil breather cap, stick it in, bam, there you go. Now to finish this install, so what we're going to do is actually remove the vent port off the LS9 valve cover. So long story short, what we're going to be doing is moving the vent tube from the valve cover to that new Elite Engineering fresh air oil separator. That's basically all we're doing. So this is the hose that Elite Engineering has provided. I was going to try to use my hose that I'd cut up for the LS9 cover, but the hose got stretched, so that ain't going to work. So what you're going to do is take your hose, plug it into the vent port. That's actually kind of loose, so they do have provided hose clamps. Then take your hose and you're going to plug it in to your cold air intake or your cold air system, your air intake, whatever you want to call it, and plug it into the air intake. This way your motor is still able to pull fresh air, and it gets air into the oil filter tube, goes into the valve cover, and you're good to go. What this prevents is, I guess during deceleration or when you let off the gas, vapor coming through this vent port right here on the valve cover, going through that tube and back into the intake, getting sucked back into the motor. So that's basically a quick 5-minute mod, nothing too crazy. Just move your vent tube over, obviously run it to your intake, and you're good to go. Now my car is all torn apart, as you guys can see, so we're not going to finish this install, but I've shown you what you need to do. It's pretty simple. Replace the oil cap, switch that line out, and you're good to go. So the thought behind this mod is just to help prevent oil from getting sucked back into the intake. It has a element to go through to get trapped, and it won't get vaporized, and you get small particulates to get sucked back in the intake and throwing motor oil into your throttle body, into your blower. And I believe if oil gets sucked into the blower, it can actually get misread as fuel, and that could be real bad. Like your car will think it has too much fuel, go lean, when there is actually less fuel, and something could blow up. So it's just, I think that's the thought behind that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. Also, if you want to know when I upload new content, hit the bell notification button down below. If you guys want to help support the channel, as always, click the links down below. Thanks guys, have a great one.